Has your car lost its spark? If so, you may not be running on all cylinders. Our auto guy, Bowersock of West Escondido Auto, is here with more on what that may mean for your wallet. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning, Mike?
Very good. Welcome back. You've been on a little trip, so we're glad you're back.
Thanks.
Well, tell us what this is all about, because most of us don't think about our spark plugs, but it sounds like it's something pretty important.
Well, what this is about is most engine cylinder heads now are aluminum. And most manufacturers are running what we call high mileage platinum plugs. They don't recommend replacing them until 90 to 100,000 miles.
Okay.
What we've seen happening with these plugs, we actually recommend between 80 and 90 to replace them, because what we've seen happening with them is that the plugs actually start to come loose. They rattle in the aluminum threads, and then they actually pull the threads right out of the head.
And you said there's certain cars that are more susceptible to this, it seems like.
There's several makes and models. We've been seeing it a lot more on a lot of the Ford trucks and cars that have the Ford V8s with aluminum heads, the 4.6s and 5.4 liters. And actually, like I said, what happens, the plug comes loose, rattles, and then actually sucks the threads out of it. What's recommended by the manufacturer and the car dealers is to replace the cylinder head.
How expensive is that? That sounds expensive.
Well, depending on the engine and the model, the cylinder head can run $1,500 to $2,500, $2,800 just for the head, not the labor, just the part itself.
Wow, so that's really pricey.
It's quite a bit of money. What we've actually come up with is a tool that actually cuts threads into the head, and then we actually can install steel inserts to replace the spark plugs.
Okay, we actually have some information up on the screen that said that's what that was talking about, is that it's a lot cheaper to do this. Tell us about this process.
Correct.
Versus...
To do 4 of these in one head is about $200.
Okay.
So $200 versus $1,500 to $3,000 to replace the head.
Wow.
Now the head does have to be removed, so it is still an expensive repair, but to throw $1,500 to $3,000 on top of the labor to remove the head, it's quite a bit of money. We actually remove the head, cut threads, install these, and then replace the head, and that problem as far as pulling the threads out is cured and will never happen again.
Now, is there a cost as far as performance? I mean, you may not even realize that they're rattling around, that this is happening. Does it impact the car?
Initially, most people think it sounds like a little exhaust leak.
Okay.
And then what happens is once the plug does come out, it usually damages the coil, and you'll know right away. It sounds like a lawnmower running once you blow a spark plug out of a car.
And so is this one of those things that once you hear that noise, right away you should go to the shop because more damage is done, or can you hold on for a bit?
I'd go in and get your car right away, because like I said, if the plug threads do pull out, then it is expensive to remove the head to actually do this repair to it. The best preventive measure is between 80 and 90,000 miles instead of 90 to 100, have the plugs replaced by a quality service facility, and they get torqued properly and all that, and you're good for another 80 to 90, and hopefully you won't incur this problem.
All right, so just a little bit of preventative measures can really save you a lot of money, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
And can it impact as well as your fuel economy with the spark plugs if they're jiggling around in there and not quite?
Absolutely, because you're not getting complete combustion is what's happening. Actually, some of the combustion is escaping past the plug itself.
All right, so just think a little bit ahead. Even though the manufacturer says 90 to 100,000, do it a little bit earlier.
A little early, and make sure that they're installed properly by a certified technician.
All right, thanks, Brian. We're glad you're back.
Thank you.
If you'd like more information, or if you'd like to drop Brian a question, just log on to our website at fox6.com and click on Hot Topics.